The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Captain Ibrahim Traore's ideology is spreading all over Africa, and we have to listen to this man as he gives us more on how we have to decolonize our thinking. This is beautiful.
37 years ago, Thomas Sankara said, "If you kill Sankara, thousands of Sankaras will emerge." These are the thousands we have decided to meet, not just to repeat slogans, but to truly instill in them the full essence of the struggle led by Thomas Sankara. Our first ambition is this. It is on this fertile ground that the new Burkinabe must grow. Today, we address those in their 30s and 40s, but they are already shaped, they already have habits. However, the youth remain open to ideas and receptive to new thoughts. That is where we must plant the seed, like Sankara. That's why we came to this school, to tell them who Sankara was, what Sankara wanted, and in what direction we are fighting. Not just to teach you something, but also to affirm our commitment to fight for your better future. This means fighting to regain our national sovereignty, to reclaim our national space, to liberate ourselves politically, economically, and culturally from all imperialist influences that have tried to put us in a specific mold, to create a model tailored to their service. That is the essence of Thomas Sankara's struggle. The next step is to continue raising awareness and mobilizing, because this isn't just a school-level issue. As I said earlier, we also need to reach out to the people. Today, you have seen that around Ibrahim Traore, the president, there are many volunteers, but we want these volunteers to be convinced. They must understand the purpose of this fight, understand and share this vision. For that, we need people to explain, people to convince, people to carry this fight forward. You have seen, for instance, that today the transition has accomplished significant progress. The Burkinabe people have essentially given Ibrahim Traore a mandate to continue. It's no longer just a transition. It's a form of election affirmed without necessarily going through the Western ballot box, another form of alienation. Why confine ourselves when we can unite and collectively choose someone we believe in? To this day, Ibrahim Traore has shown through numerous examples what direction he wants to take. He has addressed issues of economic delinquency and taken action against those who have exploited public assets. At the same time, he is focused on agricultural production, equipping Burkinabe people with tools, and strengthening military resources to defend our borders and participate in the broader fight led by African states. This young man has understood the essence of Burkina Faso, and he has made it his mission. We cannot sit idle, cross our arms, or merely gather in public squares. We must accompany him in a serious and committed manner. Those closest to Captain Ibrahim Traore must demonstrate absolute fidelity. We who are on the outside observe everyone closely, and we will not tolerate any betrayal like that experienced by Thomas Sankara. It must be clear that we will support him, and those who are with him must support him with the same sincerity and loyalty. This is not just about filling the public squares, it's about guarding, sensitizing, mobilizing, and contributing to economic development. It's about enriching the cultural fabric of our nation. This revolution must now be nurtured with political and ideological substance. Coup d'etat occur because the political class fails to fulfill its promises or responsibilities. When the political system collapses, the military steps in, not as a coup, but as a salvaging action. Governing is not only about holding political office. It's about loving and advancing your country and sacrificing for the people. This force must now feed on political content, guided by the vision of President Ibrahim Traore. If we all understand this vision at the same level, everything will be achieved. Economic spaces are those accompanied by the installation of tomato factories. For example, in every region, there are specialties. Group these people around viable projects so they will no longer be beggars. It's the lack of resources that drives them to crowd around one leader or another, not necessarily against the government, but just to have something to eat. But by doing so, they weaken the movement, create activities for them, mobilize them around, for example, market gardening, if it's a potato zone. We've proven what's being done in Yup for tomatoes. For the East, where there are large livestock areas, why not set up leather tanning factories there and export the meat to other countries? That's what it's all about. I don't mean to minimize anything, but I'm proud today to see that President Ibrahim Traore draws much of what little he knows from Sankara. He is already reflecting what little he has learned from Sankara. This means that if he goes further, He will reconcile us with our charismatic leader who left us. He will soothe our hearts because this is what we hope for Ibrahim Traore, for President Ibrahim Traore. He is on the right path, I admit, and sometimes I'm astonished by his youth, the sacrifices he's making. He's young. He also aspires to have a family, to see his little buds grow, to wake up in the morning, eat his bread, or drink his porridge. But he's out there in the bush, sacrificing all his youth for us. Please, I'm not a slave to any president. But in this case, I'm ready to give myself totally. Yes, but I've just demonstrated that we need to evolve even in our thinking. But all these concepts of separating the military from the civilian, we inherited that. From the French school system. Our justice system, we also inherited it. Today, we complain about it. I condemn coups, but today at university, civilians and military personnel sit on the same benches, learn the same lessons, and share the same scientific rigor. Why do we expect that after obtaining their degrees, the military should be told to stand, guard outside the house, while others develop the country inside? That's a pretentious and unhealthy mindset that we must shed because it's a huge trap imposed by the West. Stop. It's a lot. The entire foundation of the education system needs to be changed. Education should start at home because we tend to leave everything to the teacher. The teacher gives knowledge. They don't educate. That's the parent's job. I educate my children at home, not the school. Also, our languages. Why don't we teach our children in their native languages from kindergarten and primary school? Being proficient in French doesn't mean mastering language. It's about adapting to the needs of our society. We talk about X sub Y in mathematics, but I've never encountered X or Y in my life since leaving school. What I need is simple arithmetic for daily life. All these small cultural impositions, like needing an office to work or following Western norms, keep us enslaved. Look at the bank system. It's your money, but they've created a system where you have to beg to access it. Colonization has framed us in such a way as to crush our mental freedom. Now, as for President Traore, I think he's on the right track. I sent him a message before coming here to launch this project. He is here to serve, not to build a resume or enrich himself. Leadership is a mission. When the time comes, one must step aside and let others take over. From the Prime Minister's actions, he must understand that he has done something new, and is responsible for it because the first government we knew was largely defined by their political past and ideological agitation. Here, we can feel that it's more about technocrats who bring knowledge. It's at the wall's foot that we'll measure the mason's worth. I haven't betrayed, and I haven't betrayed sense. I've distanced myself from certain practices of sense because, so far, I haven't left sense. No one has taken any measure to remove me from it. And I don't think it would be so easy either. Decisions about belonging can't be made on WhatsApp. If there are administrative texts recognizing sense, there are conditions for joining and leaving. I haven't turned my back on sense. I wish for sense to return to the political scene. But they must understand that today, if we are truly political activists, every struggle has moments where priorities emerge. We are in a phase of existential priorities for Burkina Faso. At this moment, I make no other choice. I hold great respect for Master S, but he has made decisions I don't agree with. The misadventure we are experiencing has placed us all in positions of mistrust. Some continue to talk, write, and exchange with each other, while others choose to ignore their comrades. It's true that sense has been shaken and it will take time to rebuild trust. After the death of Sankara, sense is the movement that has offered the most speeches of hope.
This is a powerful speech. This man has really brought out all the secrets, the systems they've kept in place. Look at the education they've given to us. Always we are finding X, yet we don't meet X in our daily lives. They have succeeded in brainwashing us. Like Bob Marley is saying, we must emancipate ourselves. Mental slavery, our thinkings have been captured, and we need to decolonize our thinking, as he said. This way we'll be able to rise up and understand what is really happening, and for us to get the freedom that we are looking for. This is amazing. Unity is all that we need, and to decolonize everything that these people have kept in place. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.